Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're heading somewhere a bit different. Think white sand, blue water. We're diving into the luxury real estate market in Phuket, Thailand. And we're not just skimming the surface here. We've got a really interesting, detailed article looking at the seriously impressive new luxury projects popping up, the kind that are actually setting new global standards.
Yeah, and this isn't just some travel blog piece. The insights come from real experts on the ground. Our source is Ocean Worldwide. They're a highly respected luxury real estate agency.
Okay.
They've actually been based right there in Phuket since 2004. And the director, Sandra O'Neill, she's personally helped, literally thousands of families and investors find their footing there over the years. So they really know this market inside out.
That experience is crucial, isn't it? Because things seem to be changing incredibly fast there. So, our mission today is pretty clear. We want to unpack the key trends for you. What really defines high-end living in Phuket right now, and give you some quick, useful knowledge if you're curious or maybe even thinking about investing.
Okay, let's unpack this. Maybe starting with the big picture, the fundamental shifts happening.
Right. Well, the biggest change, the real core shift, is that Phuket's luxury scene is seriously upping its game. Developers aren't just building standalone fancy villas anymore.
Okay.
The focus has really shifted towards creating whole communities, integrated experiences. It's a different philosophy.
Right, moving beyond just the building itself to the whole lifestyle. The article breaks this down into about 5 main areas developers are concentrating on, doesn't it? Can you walk us through those?
Sure. They're pretty fundamental to what's happening. First, unique designs. Designs that actually work with the island's natural beauty, not against it.
Yeah.
So, integrating into the landscape.
Second, high-end features. Things like smart home tech, resort-level facilities. These are basically standard now, not optional extras.
Expected.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Third, foreign investment. Still a huge driver, really influencing the scale, the sophistication of these projects.
Yeah.
Fourth, sustainability. This has gone from being a kind of nice extra to a major selling point. Eco-friendly is in demand.
We'll definitely need to circle back to that one.
Yeah. And fifth, tying back to the first point, really, the whole focus is on creating communities and experiences, making sure life there goes beyond just your own 4 walls.
Okay, that community point is interesting. If they're selling an experience, then who's actually building this stuff? The article mentions 3 types of developers shaping the scene.
That's right, yeah. It breaks them down quite neatly. First, you've got the established names, kind of the old guard.
The ones with the track record.
Exactly. Decades of reputation, known for solid construction, reliability. They've weathered market changes before, so investors trust them.
Okay. Then the next group.
Then you have the innovative newcomers. These are often more globally connected, perhaps, bringing in really fresh architectural ideas, pushing the boundaries with modern amenities. They're not necessarily tied to the older styles.
Shaking things up a bit.
Definitely. And finally, there's a third category, the niche specialists. These guys focus laser-like on just one specific type of property.
Like
Maybe only ultra-luxe hilltop villas, these huge sprawling estates.
Yeah.
Or perhaps they only do high-end beachfront apartments. Because they're so focused, they develop this incredibly deep understanding of exactly what that specific buyer wants.
Got it. So a really varied landscape of builders. Let's shift to the actual buildings then. Architecturally, what does Phuket luxury look like today? It sounds like it's not just one single style anymore.
No, not at all. It's become really diverse, quite exciting actually. You can find everything from super sleek, minimalist places, all glass and steel, to homes that beautifully incorporate traditional Thai elements like those distinctive roof lines or local woodwork.
But there's a common thread.
Yes, the common thread is how they integrate with the natural setting. It's much more intentional now. Buildings might follow the curve of the land, for instance.
Yeah.
Huge windows are positioned specifically to frame a perfect view.
Right.
And they're using local materials, more indigenous stone, sustainable timber, so the buildings feel like they actually belong there,
Right.
rather than just being dropped onto the landscape.
And digging into those contemporary places, the really modern ones, what defines them inside? Layout, materials?
Well, open plan living is huge. It maximizes light, airflow, essential in that climate, but the real signature feature is that seamless indoor-outdoor flow.
How do they achieve that?
Often with these massive sliding glass doors that basically disappear, merging the living area and the terrace into one big space. Material-wise, there's a focus on quality and often sustainability. You see beautiful bamboo, reclaimed wood adding character, sometimes even recycled elements.
Okay, so the design's sophisticated, but you mentioned amenities earlier.
Ah, yes. Here's where it gets really interesting, because the level of amenities now is just extraordinary. It's redefining resort living.
Yeah.
Well, start with the tech. Full smart home integration is pretty much a given. And not just for lights. We're talking integrated climate control, automated blinds, top-tier security, all controllable from your phone anywhere in the world, which is vital for owners who aren't there year-round.
Right, remote management. But what about the resort part? What facilities make it feel like that?
It's way beyond just having a nice pool now. Buyers expect things like private cinema rooms, properly equipped gyms, often with trainers available.
On site.
Yes, on-site. Plus, gourmet restaurants within the development, maybe a stylish bar. But the absolute core of this luxury service model is the concierge.
Right.
And this isn't just a reception desk. These are high-level concierges who can sort out anything, getting you into the top restaurants, chartering a yacht, booking spa treatments, managing deliveries. It's like having a personal lifestyle manager.
Wow. Okay. And the fundamentals still matter, I assume?
Right.
Location, location, location.
Oh, absolutely. Non-negotiable. The views are paramount. You need that direct beachfront access, or increasingly those amazing hillside spots with uninterrupted panoramic views of the Andaman Sea. The location has to deliver that wow factor.
And inside, how do they ensure these places hold their value? It's not just about the view long term.
It comes down to the quality of the finishes and the craftsmanship. Developers are using premium, often imported materials known for durability and, well, prestige.
Such as?
Think Italian marble, high-end German kitchen appliances, custom-made cabinetry, designer lighting, solid wood joinery. The aim is lasting quality, something timeless that functions perfectly for decades, not just looking good on day one.
Okay, let's shift gears slightly to this conscious luxury idea. We touched on sustainability, but it feels like it's becoming more central. How real is this trend in a market known for, let's face it, extravagance? Is it genuine or just good PR?
That's a fair question, and the source, Ocean Worldwide, suggests it is becoming more genuine, partly because the buyers themselves are more sophisticated and are demanding it.
So, what are the actual practices?
Well, things like integrating solar power, which just makes sense in Thailand's climate, designing buildings for passive energy efficiency, so better insulation, smarter window placement to reduce heat. Some are even looking at closed-loop water systems.
Ban materials.
Using locally sourced timber is a big one, cuts down transport impacts. And there's a real effort to minimize construction waste. Some are even experimenting with recycled materials in innovative ways. It's seen as future-proofing the investment, not just an ethical choice.
Right, so it hits the bottom line too. And this ties into experiential living as well, beyond just the building and the concierge.
Exactly. Buyers expect curated experiences. Access to private chefs who know their dietary needs, maybe exclusive invites to local events. It's about having the logistics of luxury handled for you, effortlessly.
Which leads us back to the community aspect. It's not just about private luxury anymore, but shared experience.
Precisely. Developers are now deliberately designing shared spaces to encourage interaction, not just sticking a pool in the middle.
Like what kind of spaces?
High-spec co-working areas are becoming common. Communal BBQ spots, lounges that feel like private clubs, even organized social events, maybe wine tastings or yoga classes within the community. It's about fostering a sense of belonging.
I can definitely see the remote work influence that.
Oh, massively.
Yeah.
The whole work from anywhere trend has turbocharged this. People need proper, dedicated office spaces within their homes or communities and absolutely rock-solid high-speed internet. Phuket is becoming a real option for longer stays, blending work, and that resort lifestyle. Developers providing those facilities are tapping right into that.
Okay, let's talk money. Investment dynamics. Phuket's always been international. How is foreign investment continuing to shape things, and who's actually buying these places?
Well, the luxury end of the market is still very much driven by international money. That keeps demand high and supports the pricing. The interest comes consistently from places like Russia, the Middle East, and parts of Europe.
Does the Ocean Worldwide article give any specifics on numbers or trends?
It does, yeah. It has some interesting projections looking out towards, say, 2027. While local Thai buyers are expected to increase their share slightly, maybe from around 40% now to 43%, the international market is still dominant.
And within that international slice?
Russian buyers are still a huge segment, but their share is projected to dip a bit, maybe from 30% down to around 25%. This suggests that while they remain incredibly important, the market is broadening. We're seeing more interest from other regions, especially the Middle East. The diversification is generally seen as healthy for the market.
Does that slight rise in local buyers and the diversification mean developers might start tweaking designs? Maybe less purely Western focus.
You'd have to assume so, wouldn't you? Even a small rise in the Thai share means developers will likely pay more attention to regional tastes, perhaps incorporating features suited to multi-generational families or specific kitchen setups. They can't afford to ignore that segment.
Now, it sounds booming, but it can't all be easy for developers. What challenges are they facing?
No, it's definitely not straightforward. Navigating the regulations for land and permits can be complex and slow. And with so much luxury development happening, standing out is tough.
Market saturation?
Potentially, yes. You need a really strong, unique selling proposition, something genuinely different. And then there's economic resilience,
Meaning?
meaning strategies to handle global volatility. Things like pricing parts of the deal in foreign currency, developing in phases to manage risk and inflation, locking in supply chain costs. It's sophisticated international business management.
The article mentions a few specific projects that really embody these trends. Can you give us a quick rundown?
Sure, 3 standouts were mentioned. First, Yamu 1. This one's high profile, designed by the famous Jean-Michel Gathi. It's all about super exclusivity and maximizing those incredible sea views. Pure, top-end luxury.
Okay.
Then there's Serrano Lakefront Villas. This one shifts the focus slightly, emphasizing tranquility by the lake, that connection with nature. It caters perhaps to buyers wanting peace over the buzz of the beachfront.
A different kind of luxury.
Exactly. And thirdly, Garia Residences Phuket. They're explicitly aiming to set a new standard focused on holistic well-being. So thinking beyond just a gym to integrated wellness centers, maybe curated health programs.
Fascinating examples. Okay, so wrapping this up, what's the main takeaway for someone listening, maybe thinking about Phuket?
But I think the key thing is that the market has matured incredibly. It's not just about flashy villas anymore. It's defined by real sophistication, deep technology integration, and this powerful commitment to delivering a complete managed lifestyle experience.
Right. It's selling a whole package.
Yeah. The future of luxury there seems to be about creating these functional, beautiful sanctuaries that feel deeply connected both to the amazing natural environment around them and to the community within them. It's about well-being and belonging, maybe more than just square footage.
Which leaves us with a final thought, perhaps. With this intense focus now on sustainability and community, how will developers navigate that tension? The tension between the inherently high cost of true luxury and this growing demand for living that feels more authentic, local, and environmentally responsible. Can those two things truly coexist long term? Something to ponder. Well, hopefully this deep dive has given you some real clarity on where Fouquet's high-end market is heading. And remember, these valuable insights came directly from the experts at Ocean Worldwide.
That's right, the luxury real estate agency that's been on the ground in Phuket since 2004, led by Sandra O'Neill.
So if you want to explore this further, maybe see some of these properties yourself, you can visit their website. It's oceanwwp.com.
oceanwwp.com.
Check it out.
Thanks for joining us for this look into the quite stunning future of luxury living in Phuket.